Hi guys, welcome back. This is video part 4 of how to get the victory. These are going to be some strategies, tactics, tools, tips, keys, secrets, cheat codes, and shortcuts that I have learned through my 40 years of life from my own personal experience, books I have read, testimonies I have heard, things that God has showed me or told me. So please watch videos 1 through 3 and also the introduction. So without further ado, let's go into some more tactics. Some of y'all said, well, Misty, in the previous video, you mentioned about occultic practices like Ouija boards, tarot cards, psychic readings, all the things. I don't do those things. Do you watch horror movies? Do you watch movies about exorcisms? Have you watched The Conjuring? Have you watched The Exorcism? Have you watched, what's other movie? Deliverance. Have you watched Sinners? Have you watched vampire movies? Have you watched gory movies? If so, you have opened the door. You've opened a portal. This one lady was sharing her testimony about her sister. She had a sister who was totally fine until she watched a movie called Van Helsing. I've never seen that movie before, but I think it's like a vampire movie. Van Helsing, okay? And the spirit realm, she said, is a demon crawled out of her television, got into her, and this is not funny, but she said her sister, the next thing her sister knew, she was out there howling at the moon. Oh, howling at the moon. And she to get her sister delivered from that demonic spirit. Somebody, Van Helsing, it's like a real bad movie to watch. What's the movie Deliverance? I heard people say specifically, do not watch Deliverance or Sinners. I wanted to watch them really, really bad, but I said, I ain't gonna watch this stuff. I want them spirits in my house on me. Certain music, some of these musical artists about Hollywood, if you know, you know. Some of these artists, if you know, you know. Don't listen to their music. I'll leave it at that. I'm gonna leave it there. Because and then definitely don't watch pornography. Just think about it. You're watching two strangers have schmex on a TV screen. That is so high level demonic. That is so demonic. Okay, you wouldn't watch. Your neighbors were doing that. You wouldn't pick your neighbor's house and watch this voyeurism. So why would you watch two adults? And I don't care if it's even soft porn when it's like a Tyler Perry movie or something like that, and they're not really doing the actual act. Even if they're just simulating as if they're doing it, do not watch it. When I see this stuff come on TV, I either change the movie, I fast forward it, or I just mute it, turn my head. Do not. Those are spirits of lust coming into you. Okay, do not do that stuff. Okay. Another one, kind of not super tied to it, but talking about women's bodies. Modesty. Okay, modesty. Now, I wasn't always going to dress modest, and sometimes I still don't dress modest enough. But modesty, and this is why I say modesty, not because I'm legalistic or anything or judgmental, it's because when you wear certain outfits, it kind of sends a signal after certain types of men with certain types of spirits. Like I go to the gym, right? When I go to the gym and I wear certain types of outfits, if I wear something like baggy or loose or whatever, certain men don't bother me. When I wear something tight and revealing certain types of men, where I can read these men's spirit on them, they come to me. It's like my outfit is like a signal, like come to me, come to me. Just like if you were a doctor wearing your white lab coat, if you're a nurse wearing your scrubs, and somebody gets in a car accident, they're gonna be like, "Nurse, doctor, we need you." When you wear the uniform, it pulls people to you, and so when you dress like really revealing, like you in a gym, you get with the Halara jeans with the cinch down the booty crack, and then make your booty sit up. You got your camel toe full display. You got the cleavage showing. You got your bra, you got the stomach, all that, your back, all that. You know, these things tempt men. Now, some men are tempted by anything. That's be true. But let's be real. But, sometimes you pull the wrong men to you, and they come to the gym and say, hey, get your Instagram. And then next thing they know, they're asking you out. Next thing they know, you Netflixing and chilling. Next thing you know, you laying up with them and getting all their experience that we just talked about in the first video, the second video. So sometimes modesty, it ain't because God don't love you if you wear something short. It's because of the men that it will pull to you. The men that pull to you are men who are usually not quality men that usually have spirits on them. So just modestly, I have them numbered 67. Pray until something happens. That's called push. Pray until something happens. Sometimes you don't just pray for 15 minutes in tongues. Sometimes you don't pray for 10 minutes or even an hour. Sometimes you pray until. Sometimes you pray until something happens. You pray until something breaks. You pray until you hear your breakthrough. Remember, was it Paul? Was it Peter or Paul was in prison, and they were praying, and then while they were praying, he came to the house and knocked on the door, and Rhoda, the servant girl, was like, he's outside. And they're praying for him to be free, but they're like, there's no way. That got to be his angel. They cannot believe that what they pray for actually happened. You have to pray until you hear the answer. Pray until you get what you want, okay? All right, number 45 is do not judge others. Do not judge others, okay? And you can judge people like in the church who are like under the same like thing that you're under. Like, let's say you and another person are trying to eat right to lose weight. You can judge them and say, hey, you've eaten a lot of carbs, or hey, you ain't been to the gym lately. We can judge about stuff like that when both people agree to hold each other accountable. But don't judge people hypocritically, and do not judge people mercilessly, okay? This is James 2. Can't read my handwriting. I think it's James 2:13. Do not judge people, and it's also in Matthew. Do not judge people mercilessly, because if you judge without mercy, you will be judged without mercy. Because people have harshness. It's hard. Living right is hard. Living holy is hard, okay? It's really hard to obey God, especially in America nowadays. It's really hard to obey God. So give people mercy. You know, they're trying to do right, some of the time. So show them mercy. And then also, don't judge people hypocritically. The Bible says, this is the Matthew, Jesus says, you have like this telephone beam size thing in your eye. It's this big, and you just a little toothpick in my eye. It's like, Jesus is like, first remove the big old beam at your eye so you can see clearly to get the little splinter out of my eye. You know, you can judge in a sense, but like, don't be a hypocrite about it, okay? But that's to be safe, don't judge at all. Now, again, if you're both under the same covenant, the same like expectation, like you both in the same, let's say you're in the same sorority, and y'all say, we can't do this particular thing in this sorority. You can say, hey, remember, sister, did we not agree that we're not gonna wear those colors, or we're not gonna say those words, you know, something like that. But don't be like condemning people like you're going to hell. Just be like, hey, my sister, you know, I'm kind of concerned about the way you've been living. I'm kind of concerned that you may be straying away from the faith. But don't be like, you going to hell, God don't love you. Don't judge like that, because God will judge you the same way, okay? If you need mercy, you need to show mercy. All right, number 82, I'm skipping around. Number 82 is legal rights, okay? Sometimes there are legal rights where the enemy can attack you, okay? There's a Bible verse, I think I already said it in the previous video. A curse without a cause cannot land. Nobody can curse you without a legal right, a reason, a cause, okay? Some things have legal rights in them. Some people have legal rights to why the enemy can get them, okay? I work at a law office. If I have a contract or something legal, printed, signed, notarized, recorded at the registrar's office, I can hold it. I can hold you to it. I really can, because it's legal, okay? This not a handshake. Let's agree to do this. If I got a contract with your name, a lease agreement with your name signed on it, a payment plan with your name signed on it, you have to do it, okay? Now, Proverbs 26:2 and Zechariah 3. You know, sometimes the enemy has a legal right to accuse you. You know, Satan is known as the accuser of the brethren, and sometimes he'll bring your charges up to God and be like, God, your boy, I told you, if he try ayahuasca one more time, if he try mushrooms and LSD one more time, if he smoked this, no, one more time, I can take his soul. I can take him with the overdose, okay, with the OD, okay? And God's like, I'm going to give him grace. I'm going to give him mercy. But at a certain point in time, you're going to keep on playing. You're going to keep on playing, and Satan's going to hold you to that. You know, there is a time when grace runs out, okay? Grace is not a blue-eyed blonde who's ditzy. Grace is not time for you to keep doing wrong. Grace is time for you to get it right, okay? So don't keep playing with, you know, drugs and sleeping around, and then you ain't got the house in Virginia. You ain't got the H, the I, the V yet, okay? But you keep playing around, and eventually there's a legal right where the enemy can put certain diseases and curses on you, okay? Where he can take your life from an overdose, where he can, you keep drinking and driving, God lets you get away with it. But at a certain point, you're going to wrap around a tree, or you're going to hurt somebody, and you're going to be in jail for 8 years. So stop playing. Stop having all these legal rights for the enemy to blame you, okay? Y'all got to stop playing so much. Sometimes we play too much. We play with our life too much. We play with our souls, our eternity, our health too much. You keep on drinking, keep on drinking, keep on drinking. Now your liver is gone. Now you have cirrhosis. Now you got to get what's called a paracentesis. So you got ascites on your liver, and your stomach getting this big, like you at 9 months pregnant. And you keep playing with your kidneys with pork and sodas, and now you on the ounces every other day for 4 hours a day for the rest of your life. You keep smoking cigarettes. Now you on an oxygen tank. Now you got COPD and emphysema. You keep on playing, okay? And sometimes grace runs out, okay? Okay, if you're using grace as a license to sin, your license is about to run out, okay? Come back for video number 5. Bye.